What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. I want to talk about a very sad turn of events for Dwayne Haskins' family, his parents, his wife. Apparently, they did not attend the funeral that was held in Pittsburgh by his wife. Now, I don't know how she was able to have the funeral without them, but she was. Maybe because she's the wife, and that's why she was able to have the funeral despite the parents not attending. Now, the parents are going to be holding their own event in New Jersey, Celebration of Life. Now, obviously, there was a breakdown between Dwayne Haskins and his family, to the point to where I don't believe they were even on speaking terms because they don't like his wife. And I can understand why they don't like her. I did a video about them two having a dispute where she was arrested for putting hands on him. She got arrested for putting hands on him. And not only that, Dwayne Haskins got released from the Washington football team due to him and her going out and partying while the team was struggling. And the parents feel like she has not been a good influence. She wasn't a good influence on him. I don't know. He chose to be with her. So, that was a choice that he had made. And I believe that was the cause of a lot of the issues that went on. And it's sad because he comes from two good parents, come from a good home. And I'm sure they care about Dwayne, but I'm sure they cared about him being successful and him being able to live out his potential. And I believe they may have felt like she was in the way, to the point to where they don't even attend the funeral that she had for him. Now, time will tell whether they were right about her. I'm only looking at this from Dwayne's perspective, because let me tell you something, man. You don't want somebody that you know that you are cool with or that you're family members with. You don't want them to leave this earth and you not fix things, make things right with them. Now, I don't know if him and his parents were able to get to that point, but they didn't like his wife. And I understand why. So let's look at this article from Game 7. It's Game 7. The tragic passing of quarterback Dwayne Haskins rocked the NFL community to its core. Haskins lost his life on the morning of April 9th when he was struck by a vehicle while attempting to cross a major freeway. The circumstances surrounding the incident are particularly disturbing. This week, more unfortunate news emerged. It appears though Haskins' own parents won't be attending the funeral. Funeral services for Dwayne Haskins have begun in Pittsburgh. Haskins' parents are not in attendance. Per family spokesperson, parent statement: "We have never met or spoken to the wife, and we didn't want our son's funeral service to be a place we meet her for the first time." Again, that's sad, man. They don't know her. So it's clear that they told Dwayne of their concerns and Dwayne ignored it. Dwayne wanted to be with her so bad that he was willing to not even introduce her to his parents. Now, there could be the parents not wanting to meet her, or it could be that Dwayne just said, you know what, y'all don't like her, cool, I'm gonna be with her. But I think Dwayne's parents might have been right about her. She did get arrested for putting hands on him. So we can say in that instance, they were looking out for his well-being. He got released due to him going out and partying with her. That's how he ended up in Pittsburgh. And it probably was some other reasons as well. I think that was just what drove it over the edge, so to speak. Haskins' parents, Dwayne Sr. and Tamara, added they will be attending and holding public memorial services in New Jersey and Maryland this weekend. Seemingly every detail that has come out regarding this tragic accident has been worse than whatever emerged prior to it. Be it the chatter regarding the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback having a drunk woman in his car prior to his passing, or his wife's reaction to the whole thing, it has all been very sad. Haskins and his wife, Calabria, were married in March of 2021, but their relationship experienced more than a few bumps in the road. Between his strip club controversy and intimate texts getting exposed, it was just one thing after another. One always hopes that in these situations, when something horrific of this nature has occurred, everyone will be able to put their squabbling aside to honor the deceased. Sadly, in this case, it looks like that will not be happening. Now, told you that his wife had her own, not at her own, but she had the funeral. And I don't want to say this, man. I don't want to come off as not being caring, but it seemed like it was about her. Because again, the family ain't there. But it was about her. You know. Let's go over to The Roots, where it talks about, Dwayne Haskins' family having their own celebration of life. The parents of Dwayne Haskins Jr., the former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback who died this month in a tragic accident on a Florida highway, is providing a live stream of his public funeral services in New Jersey on Saturday afternoon. Haskins is being memorialized from noon until 3 p.m. at Christ Church in Rockaway, New Jersey. His parents released details of the service, including a digital program obituary and a photo gallery of the fallen football star. Early Saturday morning, the live stream is accessible here. Today's service is the second of 3 memorials being held this weekend for Haskins. The first was yesterday in Pittsburgh. The final is Sunday at 7 p.m. and at the Bullish School, his high school in Potomac, Maryland. Haskins' parents, Dwayne Sr. and Tamara Haskins, did not attend Friday's service, which was coordinated by the Steelers along with Haskins' widow, Columbia. The Haskins said they had never met her and did not want their son's funeral to be the first time they met their daughter-in-law in person. They didn't want to be fake. Listen, they didn't want to be fake. They didn't want to show up and have never met this woman and pretend like, they've been family for however long time. They didn't want to be fake. Now, again, the parents could have their own reasons. They really don't like her to the point to where they don't attend the funeral. Listen, we should be able to put things into perspective and say, you know what, there's a bigger goal here. I don't want to say celebrate, but it's to really have this service and to really bring good energy to it and to really show Dwayne that overall we were able to come together and really, I'm gonna say celebrate, but just celebrate his passing. Okay, even though you don't celebrate a passing, but celebrate his life, a real celebration of life, right? But this reminds me of the Kobe Bryant situation with his family. He was estranged from his parents, and his parents felt like outsiders at his own funeral service, even though it was, an ESPN production. Let's just call it what it was. It was ESPN production. And, or a TV spectacle. They felt like outsiders, and maybe they didn't want to feel like outsiders at this funeral. That service held at Allegheny Center Alliance Church, just over a mile from the Steelers' home stadium, was attended by Calabria, his former teammates from the Steelers and Washington Commanders, the team's ownership and head coach Mike Tomlin, and other football luminaries, including former Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer, NFLPA executive director DeMaurice Smith, according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Haskins lost his life on April 9th when a dump truck struck him as he walked on Interstate 595 on his way to Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. he had been in the area for voluntary off-season workouts with Steelers teammates. A Florida Highway Patrol investigation into the accident hasn't been completed, but 911 recorders released earlier this week revealed that Haskins' wife called emergency dispatchers from Pittsburgh after her husband told her the car he was driving ran out of gas and stopped responding to her phone call shortly thereafter. That's crazy. Like, I don't want to draw conclusions, but how doesn't this car have any gas? I mean, was it a rental? Did he drive there from out of state? Did he not notice that, he might want to get to a gas station? Was he out, on the outskirts where there's no store, there's no gas stations? Like, those are the questions you have in this situation. But the most important question to me is why this family doesn't get along. Why this family? I understand why they may not like this female. They may feel like she's a bad influence on Dwayne, but that was his wife. So, I mean, I will say this. Dwayne doesn't have any children with her, which might be in the long run the best thing, because she'll be able to go her separate ways. Probably won't take her that long to move on. I'm just being honest. Maybe but honestly, I don't. And the family can move forward, and they don't have to deal with each other unless it's financial. Maybe, his, money wise, you got to look at how the assets are going to be, what's going to happen in that situation. But other than that, she'll move on and they'll move on. There's no children in the situation, which is the best thing, because that will make it even worse. But overall, Dwayne and being able to lay him to rest should be the most important thing out of everything. Set everything aside. That's what people should really, especially the family, should be looking at, because this was a situation that it happened out of nowhere. It happened out of nowhere. But Dwayne is no longer here, so there's no reason to fight, especially with people who all cared about him, I would say. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one.